Today's video is going to be around your inventory training, how to set up a product, go through the product list, and what type of variables we can look at from within the inventory module. So first things first, we are going to need to set up a product, and that's going to be in your inventory module, where we can say select product here. Now there's a couple ways to create products. You can do that from within an invoice if you choose so. Select the supplier, and we can create a product from here, from create new, and that'll open up the product card. Or if we jump back out of that, we go back into inventory and click on this create product button. If we go ahead and click on that, this is where we are going to go ahead and create our product. Enter in product name, the product type, manufacturer of the product, departments, and so on. I'm going to jump into a product we made earlier, and we can go ahead and look it up here. Let's go actually have a look at a clothing item. So if we go ahead and have a look at our clothing item, this was made within our product matrix. But if you have an item like that, a singular item like this, you can make it within the product card. And what we're going to do is have a look at the product name. So we'll give the product a name, and this is going to be what visually shows as the name of the product. So not the barcode number, but the name of the product itself. And how that is going to filter throughout the system and segment its way through into its different types or departments. So we can see it's part of clothing as a manufacturer. Otherwise, if it was a piece of steel, you could say steel workshop, and so on. The type that it's going to be belonging to this product is clothing. Department shirts or jeans, or whatever the department is, pants. And whether it's an inventory product or not. Now there's three types of products. If I just jump back out and go into a new product, there's three types of product types. So if we're going to select an inventory part, that is going to allow us to track it on the asset side, track it on the sell side, or the purchase side, sorry, and track it on the sale side. If we choose a non-inventory part, it is going to close this asset side, and we can only track it via the purchase side and the sale side. And then the last department being other, we can only track this on the sales side. So that'll close these two fields here. So just be conscious of what type of, or what product type you have selected. We jump back out and go into our jeans. So we're going to set that up, and once we've set up our different departments or types and manufacturer, this will create our product tree as shown here. So we can see it belongs to clothing, manufacturer, type clothing, department shirts, and the product itself, the inventory part that is created itself. So, and that's going to help us with searching and filtering for products, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So once we've defined that, we can give our product a description. So description for the purchase transaction, description for the sales transaction. This can be any sort of description you'd like to add, whether it's got a markup or a gross margin, at what percentage. Again, you can alter this at any time, and it'll alter that as you go along. You can check what the price excluding is, or the price including is. Once we've done that, we can set up our purchasing price as well as that. You simply type it in, and you can set up your purchase prices. These categories here are going to be defined for the amounts you buy or sell in. As you can see on both sides, that is going to be, the price for one is 120, the price for 10 you're going to pay 100 Rand per shirt. So that'll go down, and you can set those different costs the way you want to set it. As well as that, we can set up our cost of goods account, where it's going to, do we have a preferred supplier, what is that supplier's code, whatever it may be, and then your tax, your purchase tax codes. This is going to be different for every country, so we make sure you go ahead and consult with your accountant just to make sure what sort of tax codes you put in here. This is going to be very helpful when doing VAT returns, BAS returns, and so on. We've got your asset account side, and once that's set up, you can do your sales side. So how much you're going to sell this for, and what income account is that going to be, and again your tax code information. So once that's set up, you can go ahead and hit save. It'll then populate your product within the product express list from creating a new product, and it will populate in here. Wherever your product is, or whatever product you want to see, simply double click on that product and it will take you back to the product card so you can see what makes this up. If we go have a look, talking about those different types, departments and so on, we can have a look at our clothing, or whatever type that is. If we have a look at those denim pants, we can see the type of product it is, the department that it belongs to, what part type is it, and what is that description. This is going to help when filtering and searching on these departments. So if I want to see every department under pants, simply right click, add filter, right click again, hit preview, and it will filter on all the departments that make up pants. So again, if we scroll down, we can see and segment that way. Right click again, clear that filter, and it will populate the information back to normal. So again, here if I want to see a product type under door or under manufacturer, simply right click on that field, add filter, hit preview, and there we are. I can even go as far as to say I want to filter on anything that says kitchens as well, and I can simply do that. Jump back out of there. From within our product now, again, we can go have a look at our auto reorder points. If we set an auto reorder point within our quantities, that's going to allow us to automatically be prompted to create a purchase order for those products. So we can see if there is an auto reorder point per department. You can segment this, so each department can have a different reorder point. We can see what's available, what's been allocated, what's on sales order. If we now look at this reorder point, what this is going to be is that if this product goes down to 10, it'll be prompted to a reorder point. So that will be the auto reorder point will be if it gets below 10, it'll prompt for a reorder. The preferred level for that reorder, I want that to go back up to 150, and I want this to order this product, this batter product, in amounts of, let's say, 50. So when I get down to 10, it'll prompt me to reorder back up to 150, apologies, and I wanted to order that in amounts of 50. So you can set that up as well. You can add different variants and different percentages for that. So that's how you would set up your auto reorder points, and you can create that for different departments as well as that. What we can also do now is go have a look in our utilities, preferences, and under inventory, we can look at our first of all, there's a huge amount of different options here and preferences that you can go through and have a look. That'll help define your inventory department. In other words, product attributes, you can enable product attributes, measurement attributes, reportable quantities attributes, and so on. But the one we're going to look for now is the stock cost system, and we want to look at that as an average. This will automatically calculate our averages when looking at our products. And what I mean by that is it'll give us a nice average. If we go into inventory, product express list, if we look at it in detail, we can see our different value for stock value, average cost, and so on. So it can give us that information by simply just scrolling across the screen here. So if I just jump back, so there we can see stock value, cost, stock value, landed cost, value, average cost, and there we go. And that's what we're looking for, the average cost. So you can do that within your preferences. Again, go through those preferences and see what suits your business. Going back to that auto reorder point that we can set up within our product card, if we go ahead and select auto reorder from within the inventory tab, we select which departments we want to do that auto reorder point for, or select every department. You can be supplier specific for every supplier. Once you've set that up, go ahead and say start. It'll automatically recalculate those auto reorders, and you can see what needs to be reordered. So a huge list of what needs to be reordered here. If we go ahead and save that, we can even create our purchase orders from that. We can then see what needs to be ordered and then create our purchase orders from there. If we go back into our product again, if we look at a related product or related part, this product wouldn't necessarily have this name. We're just using this for the exercise, but if it was, say, a computer monitor or chairs for a table or whatever it may be, the related parts, if you click under related parts under this tab here, you would be able to see, is there any parts related to this product? And to give you an example, we can then say open the list, and with this related part we can say apples will be with it at a quantity of 2. If you want to add another product, simply hold down shift, push down the down arrow, we can add another part, say beer, one of those, and hold down shift, add another product. We can say some batter at, let's say, 2 as well. We can show to hide this on print if we want to. If we didn't want to see it pop up, we can hide that. Otherwise, we can just leave it as is. Once we've set that up, if we go ahead and hit save, under our related parts, if we go ahead and do an invoice, just drop in someone here, and we drop in that related product, it will then load those related parts that we have set up. So now again, if we say our related part, we want one of those, it'll automatically populate the ordered amounts for those other related products. Again, if this was a computer or a whole setup and you wanted to add a mouse pad, a mouse, keyboard, and so on, you can do those with your related products. Within your products and in your product express list, regards to any product, any type of product, if you double click on that, go back into the product card, you have a huge amount of customer and supplier history for this specific product. So any supplier that's had this product delivered to you, or every customer that you've sold this product to. Again, you can search on date ranges. If we jump back on, let's find one with a bit of info. There we go, loads of customers want beer. So huge customer history. Everyone that's ever bought this product right here. Again, same with the supply history. What was received, what was the line cost, and again, if that was segmented, you would see the manufacturing type, department, and so on. whether it's been a purchase order or a return authority on the product. And again, if you wish to filter on those departments, you can choose to see that information from here. So you can add a custom filter if there was any, and you can search via this. Again, double click and it will take you back to the information that makes that up. Same with the customer history. If there was a certain invoice or point of sale that was done, or a refund, again, simply double click. It'll take you back to the information that makes that up, when and where and who did it. Within the product list, you can also do exports or any sort of list throughout True ERP. If you want to export this information, simply hit export. Export it CSV, SLK. I prefer to use an SLK, and we'll say product list. Hit save. What we can now do, if we minimize this and we go into that product list, double click, that will open up our SLK file with that exported information, and usually it'll take longer to open up the spreadsheet than it will to export it. So there we go. There's that information that we just exported. Again, this can be done in any list. You can even create a new product from here. You can customize this list in any which way form you want it, move fields around, and when you leave and come back in, it'll save those fields for you. So that, as well as that, if we go have a look at our, if we want to do any adjustments, we can go ahead and click on inventory adjustments, and these will work around the same concept as one another. So batch adjustment, if you wanted to run a batch adjustment, bin adjustment, stock adjustment, stock take, and so on. These will all work in the same type of manner, as well as that stock transfers and bin transfers. So if we want to go ahead and look at a stock adjustment on a specific product, this will open up the stock adjustment screen here. Now there's two things to be cautious of, well, three things to be cautious of, is the show only as a unit of measure, and or adjust on in-stock quantity. You'd have to select either or both. What that means is if we go into a product list and we have a look at what's available versus what's in stock. So we can see with this product there's 2,700 in stock, 100 on order, but there's only 2,644 available. We can see 54 and 2 have been allocated on sales orders and back orders. So just be conscious of those two options. And the third option to be conscious of, if we just say select the product, is what department you want to be adjusting this for. That'll also vary. So if we look at a different department, you might have nothing in stock there. So be cautious of what different departments you're doing that adjustment for. We can look at these in two different modes, flat mode to show you this, or within tree mode. If we wanted to do an adjustment now, we can go ahead and say, okay, we have 48 in stock, 48 available. We've done a final count, there's 53. That'll do my adjustment for 5. So the original was 48. If we go ahead and process that, not for now. If we go to our product list and we go to ABC parts, we can see that stock adjustment has been done. Again, you can do this with any product. We can do stock takes, bin adjustments, batch adjustments. You can move anything around, as well as transfers if you choose so. That'll fall around the same concept. Once a stock adjustment's been done, you can go look at different stock adjustments that you've done, scroll through them, search on different dates. Again, double click, and it will take you back to what made up that stock adjustment, when it was done, who it was done by, what was the date, and what was the product. We jump into inventory. The last thing we're going to look at within our products, we can add images to these products. If we look at pictures, we can add pictures to these products, and that'll be great for when you jump into your POS system and you throw in a product. So if we look for our product, that'll open up and populate with a picture. So just a great way of utilizing images within your products. Hit cache. Just a great way of utilizing your images for your POS. Again, you can add numerous amount of images. You can change the picture type, stretch to fit screen, and your image list if you have more than one image. So there we go. That's your basic inventory training. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.